In one of the most electrifying and emotionally charged semi-final matches in recent King of the Ring history, two elite WWE superstars collided in a battle that pushed the very limits of endurance, willpower, and championship aspirations. This wasn't just any ordinary match. It was a clash with monumental stakes. At the heart of the contest stood two of WWE's most respected competitors, the battle-hardened and coldly calculated Randy Orton, known universally as the Viper, and the relentless, high-energy underdog Sami Zayn. Their face-off wasn't simply about victory or defeat. It was about legacy, redemption, and the golden path to a coveted championship opportunity at SummerSlam. The match commenced with an intensity that instantly gripped the audience. Every move was deliberate, every glance between the two filled with unspoken rivalry and mutual respect for what the other was capable of. The arena buzzed with anticipation as the bell rang. As the match progressed, it was clear both men were stretching the limits of their physical capabilities. They were throwing everything they had into the match because they understood the magnitude of what was at stake, a spot in the King of the Ring final, and ultimately, a chance to challenge for championship glory at SummerSlam. As the bout raged on, the physical toll began to manifest. Randy Orton, ever the tactician, took advantage of an opportunity when Sami Zayn miscalculated his approach, causing Zayn's left shoulder to slam flush into the steel ring post. The sound echoed throughout the arena like a cannon blast, and for a brief moment, Zayn winced, registering pain but refusing to go down. He backed away slowly, but Orton, like a predator sensing vulnerability, was already closing in. Sami's shoulder had become a clear target, and the Viper was going to exploit it with his signature ruthless precision. The crowd roared as Orton's expression transformed from calculating to viciously focused. He had found a weakness, and he wasn't going to let it slip through his hands. Yet, even with the momentum shifting, Zayn was not willing to go quietly. Summoning every ounce of strength, Sami lined up for his devastating hell of a kick, a move that has felled many opponents before. But before he could connect, the match took another sudden turn. Commentators painted the scene with vivid analysis. "Orton is rocked. Orton is defenseless," one shouted, likely intending to reference Orton but fumbling the name in the heat of the moment. The correction came not in words, but in action. Just as Sami Zayn prepared to capitalize, Randy Orton dug deep and pulled out a counter that had the entire WWE Universe on their feet, a perfectly executed scoop power slam. It was the kind of reversal Orton had made his trademark, delivered with perfect timing and shocking impact. Hooking the leg, Orton made a confident pin attempt, but to the astonishment of the crowd, Sami Zayn kicked out at 2 and a fraction. The near fall only fueled the already electric atmosphere. The commentators couldn't contain their excitement. "Just when you drop your guard, that is when Randy Orton is at his most dangerous," one said, capturing the essence of Orton's style. His instincts are nearly unmatched in professional wrestling. He can sense an opening in a fraction of a second and react with surgical precision. That scoop power slam was a living testament to his awareness and agility. Even in a match this grueling, he could pull out a move that completely shifted the trajectory. The King of the Ring tournament has always held a mythic allure, its legacy rooted in defining moments and career-altering opportunities. The prize was more than just a title or a crown. It was the promise of a future championship match at one of WWE's biggest stages, SummerSlam. You could almost see the ambition in Orton's eyes and the grit in Zayn's demeanor. Both men understood that to get to the final, to get to Riyadh, they had to win this match, and neither was backing down. The match continued with a breathtaking pace. Zayn, refusing to let his earlier mistake cost him everything, rallied back. He followed Orton up, positioning himself once again for that hell of a kick that had eluded him earlier. But the Viper, showing his veteran savvy, slid out of the way just in time. Unfortunately for Zayn, his right leg got caught awkwardly on the top rope, hanging there for just a split second too long, a costly delay in a match this high stakes. Orton pounced, positioning himself for his legendary finisher, the RKO. But Sami managed to resist, struggling out of Orton's grip and answering back with his signature Blue Thunder Bomb, planting Orton to the canvas with a thunderous impact that rattled the ring and stunned the crowd. The match had now become a back-and-forth chess game played with body slams, counters, and sheer heart. The ebb and flow of offense and defense between Orton and Zayn felt almost poetic. Each move carried weight. Every counter was a response to not just what the opponent was doing physically, but what they were anticipating mentally. The combat resembled a wave rising and falling, sometimes crashing violently, sometimes subtly changing direction. The chemistry between the two superstars was undeniable. As the match wore on, both superstars dug deeper than ever before. For Zayn, it was a matter of proving that he belonged in the upper echelon, that his heart and skill could overcome even the most experienced and calculating adversary. For Orton, it was a mission to correct a mistake from last year, to return to the finals and this time walk away with the crown and the opportunity that had previously slipped through his fingers. The desperation on both sides was palpable. A pivotal moment arrived when Zayn went for the hell of a kick once again, this time with full momentum and desperation fueling his legs. He charged, aiming to finish the match with one final blow. But fate had other plans. Orton, with his almost supernatural timing and years of experience, sidestepped at the last possible moment and in one fluid motion delivered his iconic RKO out of nowhere. The crowd erupted, a thunderous wave of cheers washing over the ring. It was a defining moment, one that would replay in highlight reels for years to come. The referee's hand hit the mat once, then twice, and finally a third time, sealing the fate of the match. Randy Orton had emerged victorious in one of the hardest-fought matches of his recent career. As the bell rang and his music filled the arena, the fans stood and chanted, "That was awesome." It wasn't just a good match, it was a display of professional wrestling at its finest. Strategy, storytelling, athleticism, and emotion all intertwined seamlessly. The official announcement echoed through the arena. Here is your winner, the Viper, Randy Orton. It was not just a declaration of victory, but an affirmation of Orton's place as one of the most elite, enduring, and respected wrestlers in the game. This victory earned him a spot in the King of the Ring finals, where he would face the winner of an upcoming Raw showdown between Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. As fans processed what they had just witnessed, the commentary team put the moment into context. Orton wasn't just going to the finals, he was going back with a sense of purpose. Last year's tournament had left a scar. He had been within reach of the crown, only to have it slip through his fingers. Now, with this hard-earned win, he had a chance to rewrite that narrative at the Night of Champions. He had a second opportunity to seize the throne, and perhaps more importantly,